Close your eyes for just a moment and imagine a little girl lying very still in her bed. The room is dark, so very, very dark, and somewhere in that darkness, something is glowing. A tiny golden light, soft as a whisper, warm as a hug. What could it be? This is the story of Luna, a girl just like you, a girl who was afraid of the dark. Until one magical night, everything changed forever. Luna was 7 years old, and she had the coziest bedroom in the whole world. Her walls were painted the color of the sky at sunset, a soft, sleepy purple. She had a bookshelf filled with her favorite stories. She had a stuffed bear named Biscuit who sat on her pillow every single night. But when the lights went out, Luna did not feel cozy at all. She felt the darkness press in around her like a cold, heavy blanket. She imagined shadows moving in the corners. She thought she heard strange sounds, a creak, a rustle, a tap, 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 tap against the window. Mama, Luna would call out every night, "I can't sleep, it's too dark." And every night, Mama would come in, turn on the little star-shaped nightlight, kiss Luna on the forehead, and say softly, "The dark is nothing to be afraid of, my love." But Luna wasn't so sure. She had been afraid of the dark for as long as she could remember. Not a little afraid, very, very afraid. She never wanted to walk down the hallway after bedtime. She never wanted to look out her window at night. And she always, always slept with a biscuit held tight against her chest. "Biscuit," she would whisper, "do you think there are monsters in the dark?" Biscuit, of course, never answered. But his button eyes always seemed to say, "I don't think so, but I'll stay right here just in case." Luna loved Biscuit very much. One autumn evening, the leaves were falling from the trees outside, spinning and twirling in the cool night breeze. Luna ate her dinner. Spaghetti with little star-shaped meatballs, her favorite, had a warm bath, put on her softest pajamas, and climbed into bed. Mama came in and read her a story about a dragon who learned to fly. Then Papa came in and sang her their special goodnight song, the one about the moon sailing across the sky like a big silver boat. "Good night, my little Luna," Papa said, his voice warm and low. "Good night, Papa," Luna said. "Please leave the nightlight on." "Of course," he said. He kissed her cheek and closed the door. Almost all the way, Luna stared at the ceiling. The little star nightlight glowed softly in the corner. Biscuit was tucked under her arm. Everything was fine. Everything was perfectly fine. And then, pop, the nightlight went out. Luna sat up straight in her bed. The room was completely dark, the kind of dark that felt thick and heavy like soup. "Mama?" she called. No answer. Papa? Still nothing. They must not have heard her. Luna's heart beat fast. Thump, thump, thump like a little drum inside her chest. She hugged Biscuit tighter. She looked at the corner where the nightlight usually glowed. Nothing, just darkness. She looked at the window. The curtains moved a little in the breeze from the open crack at the bottom. Luna squeezed her eyes shut. She was just about to shout for Mama as loud as she could, when she saw it, a tiny light, right there outside her window. It was golden and soft and small, like a firefly, but it wasn't going away. It stayed in one place, hovering gently in the dark as if it was waiting. Luna blinked. She rubbed her eyes. The light was still there. Slowly, very slowly, she pushed back her covers. She put her feet on the cool wooden floor. She tiptoed to the window, Biscuit dangling from her hand, and she pressed her nose against the glass. What she saw made her gasp. It wasn't a firefly at all. It was a tiny, glowing creature, no bigger than her thumb, with wings like dragonfly wings and hair the color of moonlight. The creature looked right at her and smiled. Then it pointed, very deliberately with one tiny finger, up at the sky. Luna looked up, and her mouth fell open wide. The sky was full of stars. Not just a few stars, not just the usual ones that Luna sometimes noticed before she got too scared and pulled the curtains tight. Thousands and thousands of stars. Millions of them, a whole river of glittering silver light, stretching from one end of the sky to the other. It was the most beautiful thing Luna had ever seen. "Oh," she breathed. The tiny glowing creature tapped on the window glass. Tap, 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 the same sound Luna had been hearing for nights and nights, thinking it was something scary. It hadn't been scary at all. It had been a hello. Luna looked around. Then very carefully, she opened the window just wide enough to hear. "Hello," said the creature. Its voice was like the sound of a tiny silver bell, high and clear and sweet. "Hello, Luna. My name is Pip. I keep the stars shining every night so that the world isn't too dark. A star keeper? Luna repeated. She had never heard of such a thing. There are many of us, Pip said, waving a small hand at the sky. See? Luna looked, and now that she really looked, she could see them. Tiny golden lights, dozens of them, darting around the sky like sparks, landing on stars and giving them little pushes to make them glow brighter. We work all night, Pip explained. Every single night, to make sure the dark isn't too lonely. The dark is lonely? Luna asked. She had never thought of the dark as being lonely before. She'd always thought the dark was something to be afraid of. Pip nodded seriously. The dark doesn't want to scare anyone. It's just quiet and big, and it doesn't always know how to say hello properly. Luna thought about this. I've been scared of the dark for a very long time, she admitted. Pip tilted its tiny head. Would you like to see something? Something that might help? Luna hesitated. She looked back at her room. She looked at Biscuit. Then she looked up at all those thousands of stars. Ease up. Yes, she said. I think I would. Pip stretched out one tiny hand. In its palm sat a single seed, round and small and shimmering faintly silver, like a moonbeam pressed into a tiny ball. What is that? Luna whispered. A starseed, Pip said. Plant this on your windowsill. Water it with 1 drop of water every night before you sleep, and it will grow into something wonderful. What will it grow into? Pip smiled. A smile so warm it made Luna feel like she was sitting by a fireplace. You'll see. But first, I want to show you something important. May I come in for just a moment? Luna stepped back from the window, and Pip flew in, wings humming softly, trailing a tiny ribbon of golden light. Pip flew to the center of the room and hovered there. Look around, Pip said softly. Really look, Luna looked, and in the faint glow of Pip's light, she saw her room differently. She saw Biscuit's kind button eyes, steady and faithful. She saw the spines of her books, full of adventures waiting for her. She saw the little drawings she had made. A sun, a cat, a rainbow, pinned to her wall with small silver tacks. She saw the shadow of the tree outside her window, moving gently in the breeze, its branches looking like the arms of something dancing, not something scary. The dark didn't change any of these things, Pip said quietly. Your room is still your room. Your things are still your things. The dark just turned the lights down, like when your papa dims the lamp at story time, to help you feel sleepy. Luna felt something loosen in her chest, something tight that had been there for a very long time. I never thought of it like that, she said. Most people don't, Pip said kindly. They think the dark hides things, but really, the dark just keeps things safe and quiet while the whole world rests. Luna sat down on the edge of her bed. She looked out at the stars. Do you do this for lots of children? She asked. Oh yes, Pip said. Whenever a child is ready to see. You've been ready for a while now, Luna. I've been waiting for just the right night. Luna smiled. It was a small smile, but it was real. Will you come back? She asked. Every night, Pip said. I'll be up there keeping the stars bright, and now you'll know to look for me. Luna nodded slowly. Pip flew back to the window and perched on the sill for a moment. Plant the seed, Pip reminded her. 1 drop of water, every night. Then with a tiny wink, Pip was gone. Back up into the sky, a little golden spark joining all the others. Luna sat very still for a moment. The room was still dark. The night light was still out. But something was different. Luna got up and found her little pot of soil, the one she used for the sunflower seed she planted last spring. And she put Pip's seed right in the center. She carried it carefully to the windowsill. Then she tiptoed to the bathroom, filled the dropper from her painting kit with exactly 1 drop of water, and came back. She let the drop fall on the soil. Nothing happened. Not yet. But that was okay. Luna climbed back into bed. She pulled her covers up to her chin. She looked out the window at the sky. Really looked. And she found them. The tiny golden sparks, darting here and there among the stars, nudging them brighter. She found the one she thought might be Pip. It was moving faster than the others, doing looping spirals around a particularly bright star. Showing off, Luna whispered to Biscuit and felt herself smile. She tucked Biscuit under her arm. Not because she was scared, but because she loved him, and she closed her eyes. She listened. The house made its gentle nighttime sounds. The creak of the settling wood, the hum of the refrigerator far away in the kitchen, the soft sound of wind in the leaves outside her window. They weren't scary sounds. They were her house doing what houses do, breathing, resting, keeping everyone safe inside. Luna felt her body grow heavy and warm. She felt her breath slow down, in and out, in and out, slow as the tide, soft as a cloud. Just before she drifted off to sleep, she thought she heard, very faintly, like something at the edge of a dream, a tiny silver bell. Ting, and she smiled. And she slept. When Luna woke up, golden morning light was streaming through her curtains. She stretched. She yawned. She blinked at the ceiling. And then she remembered. She leaped out of bed and ran to the windowsill. There, in her little pot of soil, was a tiny green shoot. It had grown overnight. Just a little bit. Just the beginning. A slender green thread, no taller than Luna's pinky finger, with 2 small leaves curled at the top like tiny ears. Luna stared at it. "Mama!" she shouted. "Mama, come look!" Mama came in, still in her dressing gown, her hair sleepy and soft. "What is it, my love?" she started to say, and then she saw the shoot. "Oh, a plant. When did you plant this?" "Last night," Luna said. "A starkeeper gave me the seed." Mama blinked. She looked at Luna, then she looked at the tiny plant. "A starkeeper," she said softly with a gentle smile. "Tell me everything." So Luna sat on the edge of her bed and told Mama all about Pip, about the tapping on the window, about the thousands of stars, about the golden sparks in the sky, and the dark not wanting to scare anyone at all. Mama listened very carefully. She didn't say it wasn't real. She didn't say Luna must have been dreaming. She just listened. And when Luna was finished, Mama took her hand. "You know," Mama said, "I think when we're ready to stop being afraid of something, sometimes the world sends us a little help, a little magic to show us what was there all along." Luna looked at the tiny plant on the windowsill, glowing green in the morning light. "Do you think it will keep growing?" she asked. "1 drop of water," Mama said with a knowing look. Every night, Luna's eyes went wide. "You know about it?" Mama just smiled her mysterious mama smile and kissed Luna on top of the head. "Come have breakfast, little one. You have a big day ahead." Star Part 7. The weeks that followed the days grew shorter, and the nights grew longer as autumn turned deep and golden. Every evening, Luna watered her plant with 1 careful drop, and every morning it was a little bigger. First it grew a small stem, then 2 more leaves, then a bud the color of cream and gold. The bud grew fatter and rounder each day, until one evening, just as the first stars were appearing in the sky, it opened. A flower. It was small, about the size of Luna's palm, and its petals were the pale gold color of starlight. Right in the center glowed a tiny dot of light, no bigger than a pinhead, that pulsed gently on and off, like a tiny heartbeat. "Oh," Luna breathed. She put the flower on her windowsill in the spot where the nightlight used to be. That night, Luna didn't need the nightlight at all. The starflower gave off just enough light, gentle and warm and steady, to make the room feel soft instead of scary. Its light didn't push the dark away. It just sat inside the dark, comfortable, calm, at home. Luna thought that was exactly right. She began to notice things she had never noticed before. The way moonlight made silver patterns on her ceiling. The way the tree outside her window cast soft, dancing shadows that looked like waves on a quiet sea. The way the stars seemed to shift very slightly as the night went on, moving so slowly you could almost not tell. But if you watched long enough, you could. She started keeping a little notebook. She called it her night journal. In it, she wrote, "The moon is bigger tonight. 3 shooting stars. I think I saw Pip doing a loop around the North Star." She still held Biscuit every night. But now she held him because she loved him, not because she was afraid. That felt different. That felt better. One night, her little brother Theo, who was 5 and had curly hair and always smelled like biscuits, not the bear, the food, padded into her room in his pajamas. "Luna," he said in a small voice, "I'm scared of the dark." Luna looked at him. She looked at the starflower on her windowsill. She looked out at the sky full of stars. "Come here," she said, patting the edge of her bed. "Let me tell you about the Star Keepers." And then came the night of the big storm. It was the kind of storm that shook the windows in their frames and rattled the shutters and made the whole house feel like a ship at sea. Rain hammered the roof. Lightning lit up the sky in great white flashes. Thunder rolled through like something enormous rolling over. Theo came to Luna's room at once. He was holding his own stuffed animal, a rabbit called Snowdrop, and his eyes were wide and worried. "Luna," he said, What if the lightning comes inside? What if the thunder breaks the house? What if come here? Luna said calmly. She pulled back her covers and Theo climbed in beside her. The thunder crashed again. Theo flinched. But then something happened. The starflower on the windowsill began to glow brighter, not just its usual soft pulse. Brighter and brighter, steady and warm until the whole windowsill shimmered with golden light. And outside the window, through the rain and the dark and the wild storm sky, Luna saw them. The Star Keepers, dozens and dozens of them, flying in the storm, wings beating fast, leaving trails of golden light that cut through the rain like tiny comets. They were working harder than ever, darting from star to star, keeping them lit even as the clouds raced by. They weren't hiding from the storm. They were in it, working through it together. Look, Luna whispered to Theo. Do you see? Theo pressed his nose against the glass. What are those? He breathed. Star Keepers, Luna said. They work all night. Every night, even on nights like this, especially on nights like this. Theo stared for a long time. The thunder crashed again, but this time he didn't flinch. He was too busy watching the tiny golden lights. Are they afraid? He asked. Luna thought about it. Maybe a little, she said. But they work anyway, because somebody has to keep the stars lit. Theo was quiet for a while. Then he said, I want to be brave like them. Luna smiled. She put her arm around her little brother. You already are, she said. You came down the dark hallway all by yourself, didn't you? Theo considered this. I did, he said, a little surprised. That's what brave is, Luna said, being a little scared. And doing it anyway. Outside, lightning flashed, but it was farther away now. The thunder when it came was lower and softer, rolling away like something leaving. The storm was passing, and through a gap in the clouds, just for a moment, Luna and Theo could see a single bright star, holding still, steady. Good night, Pip, Luna said softly. Something outside flickered, 3 quick pulses of golden light. Was that? Theo asked. Yes. Luna said, that was hello, and good night. Theo snuggled down against her side, and within minutes he was asleep. Luna lay listening to the rain, gentler now, pattering soft and steady against the window like a lullaby. She closed her eyes. She wasn't afraid. And so that is how Luna, brave, curious, wonderful Luna, learned the secret that the dark had been keeping all along. That it wasn't empty. It was full of stars and moonlight and tiny golden star keepers who worked through every night so that no one would have to be alone in the dark. Full of the soft sounds of a house breathing, the hum of the world resting, the gentle creaks and sighs of everything settling in for the night. Full of dreams waiting just behind your closed eyes like presents wrapped in silk. After that night, Luna never needed her nightlight again. She had something better. She had her starflower glowing softly on the windowsill. She had her notebook, full of moonrise times and shooting stars and sightings of Pip doing fancy loops. She had her little brother, who came to her room sometimes on stormy nights. Not because he was too scared to stay in his own room, but because storms were more fun with company. And she had the stars themselves, spread out across the sky like a million tiny promises. We are here. You are not alone. Who needs count? Even in the dark, there is light. So the next time you find yourself in a dark room, little one, don't be afraid. Look at the shadows and remember they are just your things, resting. Listen to the sounds and know they are just your house, breathing. Look out at the sky and find the stars. And know that somewhere up there, tiny and bright and tireless, the Star Keepers are working, keeping the light going. Just for you. Close your eyes now. Let your body get heavy and warm. Let your thoughts drift slow and soft like clouds across the moon. You are safe. You are loved. The stars are shining, and somewhere on a windowsill a small golden flower is glowing, gentle and steady, all through the night. Sleep now, little one. Sleep and dream of starlight. And that is the end of tonight's story. Good night. Sleep tight.